Hi guys, today I'm going to be comparing my two phones. As you may or may not know, I've been using the Pixel 3a XL for a long time, but I decided to get rid of it and replace that with a Samsung Galaxy S20. On the left hand side you have the Samsung Galaxy S20. Now what I like about this phone is of course the durability. On the right hand side you have the iPhone 11 Pro Max. What I like about this is just about everything the phone offers, and I've kind of gotten used to the heft of it. This is very light. I appreciate that. I enjoy that. Now as far as the phones are concerned, one thing right off the bat I want to tell you, I don't know if it's coming across in the video, but one of the reasons I got the Samsung phone is because I'm a big fan of Samsung screen displays. While this is a good display, I think at times it leaves some things to be desired. Like, for example...
Hi everyone, this is the sound test for Bose SoundTouch 20. For the best possible comparison, I would suggest listening to the
Look, it's a very good screen, but the iPhone does it better. I'm gonna see if I can show you the same exact video and what it looks like.
I would suggest listening to this sound test through your headphones. All the audio in this sound test is recorded via headphones. All the audio in this sound test is recorded via a high-definition microphone, which is not edited in any way. The video, a high-definition microphone, which is not edited in any way. The video is an extract from a full, in-depth comparative review between the Bose Home Speaker 500, 300 and SoundTouch 20.
So I don't think it's coming across in the video right now, because what has happened is that I have I played around with the resolution. Don't get me wrong, the screen is very good, but the iPhone screen, I've been using it and I just feel it's of a superior quality, and this has never happened, you know. When I had the iPhone 8 and I used to compare it with a Samsung phone, it would be blown out of the water by the Samsung phone. So this is a new development, and yes, it is very fascinating, the fact that iPhone has finally arrived in terms of screen. This phone leaves no stone unturned, you know. Even if I play music on this, for example, it sounds way louder and clearer than on the Samsung. Don't get me wrong, there's something about Samsung which I really like, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. So, you know, is not as clear as the iPhone. Like, let me play. Okay, so I've just realized something shocking. I was wrong. The Samsung is louder for sure than the iPhone. Let's go back. Hey guys, I'm gonna be talking about the camera differences which I have noticed between the iPhone 11 Pro Max and the Samsung Galaxy S20. Now please bear in mind both of these are very, very good, expensive, high-end phones, and I've spent close to 10 months with the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and I've spent barely 10 days with the S20. However, I've realized a few things about the S20. The front-facing camera, it suffers from a lot of lack of detail when you compare it with the iPhone camera. I don't think it's that good at focusing. It makes me look uglier than I really am. And this camera is pretty good on the other hand, like the outward-facing camera. It has a bunch of options. The zoom on the Galaxy is remarkable. Like, it just differentiates. Now, if we compare the same thing and we take a look at how much zoom the iPhone has, you will notice a substantial difference in terms of quality. Granted, the iPhone looks a lot less grainier, but Samsung does an amazing job on the texture of this table, which is surprising really. Now, if we do the same thing and try to see the camera up front, okay, I know I'm looking a bit like a jack. So I zoomed out and took a photograph. I'm going to compare and show you what that is like. And iPhone wins. I'm already telling you the iPhone has won this competition. There's no competition. Clearly you get more detail on the zoom and camera with the iPhone. Also, I look ugly in both. That doesn't matter. But yeah, I am just generally noticing that both indoors and outdoors, iPhone kills it on the selfie camera. Even for video, iPhone kills it. On the external camera, when you take videos this is the selfie camera of your S20 Plus. These are photographs which I took today, and this is a video I took today. And yes, it's not a bad camera, but if you compare any phone's camera with the iPhone, you will find that it really suffers, because the iPhone would blow this out of the water. And so as far as camera is concerned, the iPhone is better. As far as audio quality is concerned, the iPhone is probably 30% better than the Samsung Galaxy. I'm really struggling with this right now. As far as the software is concerned, obviously iPhone again has that in the bag. iPhone is a lot less rigid, a lot more fluid than the Samsung. I've noticed that Samsung has really toned down Bixby, and I really appreciate that. Samsung, you've been a good boy about it. You're really paying attention to what users want. Again, you have a dot camera in the front. You have to clean that before you take photographs. The backward camera you have 3 cameras. I haven't quite figured out what they're about. There are definite heat issues with this phone when I use it with the supplied battery adapter charger. There are some heat issues with the iPhone also, which I'm facing for the past 10 days. It has shut down once or twice on me. However, these are temporary heat issues with the iPhone. The Samsung heat issues are here to stay, it seems. I will have you know that I did not buy a brand new Samsung. I purchased a 3-month-old Samsung from someone, and this is in warranty. So if I do find something wrong with it, I'll be taking it. Now, if we talk about features, I have really customized the features, but if you go to the button order, for example, there are so many of these features which I have disabled. So very good customization options, and a lot of options with Samsung, which I truly appreciate. iPhone is no slack. iPhone has everything covered as well. Most of the features you would probably need are better on the iPhone. Simple things like switching off the phone and turning it back on. Look at how long it takes before it scans my fingerprint. Right now I did it fast, but normally it takes well over 3-4 seconds. If I'm at work, I'm constantly trying to find this sweet spot. Look, no match. It knows me so well, but it still doesn't believe me. Whereas on the iPhone, you only have the one option, and boom, you're good to go. It always works. It's very convenient. Of course, if I'm wearing my mask, then I have to punch in my 6-digit passcode. Another wicket falls. Why is Australia losing when I'm supporting them? So guys, I like the camera on the Galaxy. It's very adventurous because there are so many options on it, and especially the zoom out camera is a real deal maker. An interesting fact you guys should know about the camera on the Galaxy is that you can record a video. For example, I'm going to record a video. Let's say I start like this. I can actually flip it around and continue the video like this. So without a break, I can actually do two things. I can even zoom out in the video. I can even zoom in. I can even go in further. And I can, sorry, I was not focusing that time. So what I was saying was that I can even zoom out while taking a video. I can turn around. I can turn the camera to the front. Of course, I can take a selfie photograph. I can do a bunch of things, you know. So I appreciate that, Samsung. I think you're a good boy. So if I play it back, let's see what it looks like together. Flip it around and continue the video like this. So without a break, I can actually do two things. I can even zoom out in the video. I can even zoom in. I can even go in further. And I can, sorry, I was not focusing that time. So what I was saying was that I can even zoom out while taking a video, turn around. I can turn the camera to the front. Of course, I can take with the iPhone, you can only zoom in, zoom out while taking a video. But then the iPhone video quality is so much superior, man. Like there is no comparison to how good the iPhone looks. Seriously. So yeah, man, that was a quick test of whose camera is better. They both heat up. This has no calling issues. This has some calling issues. This has a Wi-Fi calling option which you can enable and disable. The on-screen display is there on this. There's no on-screen display on iPhone. The battery life on the iPhone is probably at least 50% better than the battery life on the Samsung. I don't ever switch on the power saving mode. One thing I don't like about the iPhone is that in just 10 months of using it, look at how much the battery has fallen. Oh my God, 90% now. So this is really awful because I take so much care of my phones. It hurts me that 10% of the capacity has gone down in so much time. Now, if I do the same test with this one, this phone is probably still optimizing. It doesn't have an inbuilt factor, but as per this, it's 94% right now. So I don't know. I will let you guys know eventually. And another wicket has fallen. Australia is going to lose. Sorry about that, guys. So I'm probably going to keep my Samsung, and I'm probably not going to change it for the Pixel. Probably going to keep the Samsung, though I am missing the Pixel. But I'm a Samsung fan at the end of the day. In conclusion, I just want to say a few things, my parting thoughts. The iPhone 11 Pro Max is a perfect phone. And I've never used a phone which is more perfect than this one. There's a few things I hate. It's like the battery life goes down very easily. Sometimes it gets hot. But I'm really nitpicking here. There's nothing to dislike about this phone. It is worth the money you pay for it. I wish it had 1 TB of space. I think that would also be not sufficient after a while. This phone, on the other hand, has inbuilt 128 plus the micro SD slot. You also have a dual SIM option on board, a physical dual SIM. And I appreciate that about Samsung. Samsung throws in the gauntlet in terms of features. You have the wireless option, which I've never used. I hope it works. You can convert the phone into a wireless power share feature. And I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty sure it works. You have to keep the phone here essentially. So both are good phones, but I like the iPhone more. And I think the iPhone is a far more superior product. The Samsung, it tries really hard, but I must be honest, the Samsung Galaxy S20 is not as good as I imagined it would be, and the reviewers were right. They don't have a headphone jack anymore, and that I don't really care for. The typing experience is good, the audio playback is good, the video quality is decent, the photo quality is average. I'm not very blown away by the Samsung, and I don't think it's worth the price they're asking for. So think twice before buying it, guys. Alright guys, I will leave you this one with this much information. This was just a comparison with a few parameters which I care about between the two. Overall, both are good phones. If you have either one, what do you guys think about it? And so on. Alright guys, let me know about the audio quality and the video quality of my new Sony camera. I'll see you guys when I do. Bye.